Okay, so this is the first video in a series of videos explaining how to use and install and maintain an ArchLinux installation for both purposes of servers and desktops. This is part 1, describing installation of ArchLinux from ArchBoot Live CD. We'll start one in a virtual machine. Since this is 64-bit, we'll choose x86-64, but if you got less than 4GB RAM or an old machine, you will want to take i686. In this case, we'll take the 64-bit one. And then as prompted, we hit enter to enter the bash shell. Once in this case, actually start setup. You press OK. Then you get to set keyboard and console found. So this is targeted Swedish users as well as English ones. On the English case, you don't select anything because English is default. We could actually select in Latin 9 for English. In this case, we take SV Latin 1, which is the Swedish keyboard. And console font we leave as it is. The time and date. Region time zone is important, because it selects what the offset for your time zone is, so you get the correct time. Time and date. Yes, recommended default is on. If you're single boot only get Linux, you can take yes. If you get dual boot, however, Windows is similar. You might want to say no on this one, because Windows actually puts the time in your time zone directly on the system clock, rather than Linux, we actually put the UTC time there and pluses on the time zone afterwards, which is actually a more sane approach, but we can discuss the technical merits of either in hours and hours on end, but we won't do it in this video, so we take yes. And this time is correct, so we say no. Turn to main menu, okay. Prepare hard drive, okay. Auto prepare, so this video is a basic installation, we'll take yes auto prepare, which should do most of the work for us. And since we don't have a drive larger than 2 terabytes, we take no here. If you have a larger drive than 2 terabytes, you want to have yes there. We say no. Boot partition, I usually recommend 128. 32 is enough, but it could cause problem in the future, maybe. Just my supposition there. So take OK on 128 megabytes. Swap partition, since we actually got 4 GB RAM, we wouldn't even need swap, so I take no here. But if you want to use suspend to hard drive, you might want to have the swap partition as big as your RAM or a little bit bigger. In this case, suspending RAM on a virtual machine is not what I desire, so I take 0 there and press OK. Okay, it didn't take that, so we take 256 then. This is driving for your root partition. In this case, 7.5 GB. Well, it will fit most software, but it could get a bit strangled later. So I recommend at least 12 gigs of drive space for a root, just to be safe. And the rest will be from a home partition, of course. Usually my old favorite was Razer FS, but x64 is, I haven't had any problem with it. It's a good general purpose file system, will suit most needs. So we'll take x64. We pick yes on that one, and we're really sure there, because this is the last step. Now it will format and repartition everything, so yes. UID is preferred, because this means even if you move your drive to a different control, hard drive control or similar, you will still find operating system. You won't have to change mystical mappings like devsd4 or anything like that, which could break your installation. It's kind of hard to work around. Select sources. You get two options, either FTP or CD-ROM. I actually prefer to download from FTP because I get the latest packages that way. CD-ROM can work just fine, but you have to upgrade it afterwards. So I'll take FTP HTTP. First appears to set up network. I got one interface here which actually natted onto my normal network, and it's got TCP enabled, so you just press enter. Do you want to use TCP? Yes, I want to do that. And it goes out to call TCP requests to get IP address, routes, and everything. When that's done, you take a choose mirror. Here's like which mirror on the network on the internet you want to download your files from. So this is, as I said before, it's targeted Swedish users. We'll take a Swedish mirror to get the best speeds. If If you live in the UK, England or something, you might want to have a mirror close to you. Let's see, FTP dsthhip.se is a Swedish mirror, or it could be another country, but it's actually in university in Sweden, so we'll take that one. Still close. Turn to the main menu, select packages. Okay. We don't actually need to have the extra repository right now because it just will slow down the process, which you know. We can install those packages later. And this is usually the same default, so just press enter. And you really don't need to look that much into this section because it's just normal basic. Of course, one exception, that if you use the ifconfig utility, it's actually not installed by default anymore. So if you take NetTools, hit spacebar, you will get those ifconfig that you love and remember the system. And I usually put on open SH. I got a SH client out of the box because I like that. Rest you can keep as it is. And you press enter. You press enter on install packages. Now we would download and install all those packages already selected beforehand. Good thing I actually got 80 megabits connection here, so it will go relatively fast down these packages. Installation complete. Press enter to continue. Next step is actually configuring the system, so press enter there. I'll pick yes to actually use the settings from the network configuration here, like use DCP and etc. So just enter. And you want to use heat detect for the Menke CPI and RC because it usually, as I said, is your consistent ordering of your hard disk, USB controls, etc. So you just press enter. Nano use, okay. If you're a V user, you can take V, but I'm not a big fan of that, so we take Nano. The first one we want to change is RCconf. This one specifies generic properties like hardware clock, time zone, key map, which is already defined in the early stages, modules load as boot, etc. Here it actually says that hostname is empty. This one says it's a something, so we do video demo host as a host name just for this video, so we won't have an empty host name. Otherwise you will get a prompt later saying root at quotation marks or colons none. It looks ugly, and host name is always wanted. You can select any host name you want. It's nothing you can actually be limited by. And then the usual servers are syslog, logging daemon, network, and crond for scheduled tasks. So you just press Control X to save this one, or exit really. Check FS tab just for consistency. And here we see that it's actually added all the partitions which we partitioned earlier to the loading list, so it actually mounts this at boot up. MK in CPI you can check as well. It would load modules for the SATA controller, library support for that, USB, and the file systems we use. We can actually go down and slim this one down if you want to. Like, let's say in this case, I only got a SATA controller on this virtual machine, so we could actually remove SCSI and PATA from the list. But if we got old school ATI drives or similar, you want to keep PATA there. Or if you boot from SCSI, you want to have SCSI there. In this case, only SATA, so we'll save by pressing Control O, Enter, and Control X to exit that editor. Mod probe, nothing interesting at all, so you can just Control X there as well. Resolve, since we use DHCP, we won't actually enter anything here. If we, however, would have static IP, you would put your DNS service in here, like that, or like that. But we use DHCP, so that's not required. So we just remove that again and save without close without saving by pressing No. Host file. Here you actually want to add the host name earlier as a prefix to this one. So we'll put in video demo host space video demo host space Control O, Enter, Control X. Look here is actually where all the language or localizations are generated. So we'll go down to see the Swedish part to see if it's actually enabled or not. And we see it's actually commented out, so we want to remove those by going delete, delete, so it looks like that. Then save it with Control O, Enter, Control X to exit. And just for sanity check, we check the mirror list. If you actually install from CD medium, this one would not exist here. So if you install from CD and want to have a proper package source after installation, you will go down to your respective country and uncomment one of these fields. Like Swedish, you would uncomment that one, for example, and then save it. We won't, because you already have one in this case. Control X, save it, not. And pacman config, here's actually the file and a package manager's config file. You guys are saying defaults. You might want to add more repositories like community testing and stuff, or multilib if you want to use 32-bit packages on a 64-bit. Personally, and it's a desktop system, I want to have the latest packages available. And I don't care for stability that much. Not that it's too unstable with it, but you can get unexpected results sometimes if you have testing packages, because they have not received as much testing. Anyways, after commenting those out, I press Control O to save it, and I press Enter. Control X to exit. The last part, root password. You might want to set this to something that you can remember, so I'll set it to my usual one I use for the test installs. Okay, now you got to remember the password, it's important later. You put return, okay. Now we'll regenerate that MKS IPO, and that's done. Last part, install the bootloader. This is a critical part. If you got dual boot system, you would want to have grub 2 BIOS. But if you got a single boot, you would have to have ArchLinux. In my kind of case, this is a single boot. I can do another video to explain how to do dual boots, but this time I want to cover that in the scope of this video. So take ArchLinux, enter, and you put OK again, and OK again. And you want to put the ArchLinux on the main boot, which is SDA in this case, not on a partition like these ones. OK again. Then once you review the config file, this is pretty much just check that. Okay, you have to check this before we install, so you make sure it works okay. And in 99 cases, it always works. 99% of cases work. So you can just skim through it. Looks sane, and does. Control X, enter, and now we're done. So we just exit install and hit reboot. Now we reboot into the installed system we had. So now installation is done. Now we will actually boot the real ArchLinux. Okay, not really, because I had the CD still mounted. Boot existing OS. If you actually remove the CD from your tray, you would see this one. So boot existing. Now we're into the on drive bootloader. So we take the first one. Now we're booting the system from hard drive this time around, as you can see. And that's done. This is the first part of my videos. Another part 2 will come where we actually install packages like Xorg, server application, etc. Thank you for listening to this video, and I'm happy to receive comments, feedback on both the contents and the presentation, as well as comments on how I'm presenting it, if I'm fast, if I'm a slow speaker as well. Probably make a revision to actually clear out and overdub this speak to get a more clear and slow one, because I did this video before I go to work, so I'll be stressed. Thank you for listening and watching. I'm out.